Hey guys, welcome back to another Fade guide video. Today we're going to be doing Ascent. I'm going to be showing you all the Fade eyes I throw and basically how I play the map. So let's get right into it. We're going to start on the B side of the map. We're going to be doing a defender side here. So the first couple eyes I like to throw, just a nice simple one, right through the window here. This gets everything in B main here. And I usually like to also buy an Odin with this so I can spam through the wall. Another eye for B main, I like to throw it over the wall just like this. It's gonna land right outside. It's gonna scan some people on tiles and people who are like walking inside B main, and I can also do the same Odin spam. So let's say if I'm not fighting B main, like spam through the wall, I like to throw like an eye
I'll find you.
just like on top of there. This will scan any people like either like running out, either into boathouse or just running out main. I can spam through this wall when I'm on site. Another eye I like to throw, something I just throw like on top of like the roof here.
Where are you?
This was a scan when they're running out as well. Less boathouse and more like for when they're coming out lane. So like maybe I'm like playing backside and I can throw like this.
I'll find you.
The backside, and then I can just spam through the wall with my Odin, and I can spam through the wall as well. Another good eye. This one's a little bit harder to throw, but if you can land, it's also really insane. So you can throw the eye like up there. This will scan pretty much everything. Besides boathouse, if they're like tucked really deep, like if they're tucked like right here. But that's the only thing that I really can't scan, but it puts them in a really like bad position. When I'm like playing retake, I like to throw the same eye right over the top. So when this is smoked off, I like to throw the eye right over the top like this, and it's gonna land right there in the same spot, and I can spam through the smoke when they're running out like this. Another eye I like to throw, this is it's just more of just like it's kind of just the same thing. It also scans also a little bit more of sight and less of running out here. So I throw it on the edge of like this tile right here like this. This basically does the same thing, but it scans a little bit more of sight as well. So when I'm usually retaking sight, so let's say like we get control of boathouse here, either I like to throw an eye up here,
I'll find you.
like this, either right here, or I could throw it here on top of here as well. Another eye I like to throw is I just like throw it right here on the other side like this. It'll land right out here and it will scan anyone on sight. Or if you really want to, you could throw an eye here as well. But I usually don't throw that because it just takes too much time to like throw it there, and by that time they already break it. We're gonna move more to mid here. There isn't really much you can do on mid because you kind of have to either play in market or on cat. But sometimes I like to throw an eye through here like this. It lands right on top of here, and it will scan people in mid. Sometimes this eye, it's good, but it kind of catches you out of position because I don't like playing market a lot on fade because I just don't feel comfortable with it when I get pushed from mid and B. But this eye is not too bad for like scanning people cat and stuff, and people like walking up mid. When people are running up mid, so let's say they're doing like a B split, I like to throw my eye on top of this building right here. And anyone who's like running up through here when this is smoked off, I can spam through that with this eye up here like this. Or I can also spam through the walls if there isn't a smoke there. Mid, there's also one more eye. If I can, I usually don't like to throw it a lot, but I just throw more to like the right over here like this. It's kind of the same eye as the market one, but it's just from a different area. It just basically scans mid for me if I want to like clear it without having to like go down there. So we're gonna go to the A side of the map here. For this eye, you can throw it either on top gen. So if you want to make this jump's a little hard to make if you're not experienced. I'll make the jump real quick. Yeah, well, I'm a noob, but the eye I like to throw here is for a taking a main control and getting basically, it scans pretty much everything in main. So this eye will scan everything in main besides if you're hiding behind these boxes right here. This is the only thing this eye won't scan. And sometimes you can even throw it a little bit farther back to here if you want to. And this will also scan possibly this people hiding behind this box, but it still won't get this box. Another eye I like to throw is if I don't want to throw it there and I know they're already in main, I can throw an eye like on top of that on top of this this roof right here. And this will scan people who are like peeking wide here. So let's say this is smoked off and I know they're like the smoke's about to fade or something. I throw an eye like right there. They won't be expecting it, and I can spam through the smoke for a free kill. So let's say they're already running into sight on A. This is actually one of the eyes I only do a lineup for. I usually don't like doing lineups because I just like to throw my eyes on the fly, and really just like playing the map a lot gives me just a lot of like flexibility and just figuring out where I can throw my eyes. But this is like the only one I like to have a lineup for. Oh, I messed it up. I haven't done this lineup in a while, but
I'll find you.
it lands on top of this pipe right here, and it scans everything like gen, dice, up heaven. The only thing it doesn't scan really is people are hiding here and here pretty much, and also there. Basically anything that's really tucked away from the eye cannot be seen by it. But anyone who's like in the open here or hell or anything will get scanned by that. Another eye I like to throw is this is more for like spamming. This is really like more for like retaking with. It's more for like trying to get like easy kills through walls. I throw like an eye like up there, and this will scan people if they're like under hell and stuff. It's a really high up eye, so people won't be expecting it. So I can either throw it there, or I can throw it up really high if I want to. That's what I usually like to throw, is the highest one, and then that scans anyone hell, and I can spam through the right through like here. If they're like hiding here, just like waiting for it to peek heaven, I can spam through the Odin. And then my last and final eye I like to throw for retake from heaven here is I usually like to throw it either here or here, depending on where I know the enemies are. I throw it like right up there. That will scan pretty much everything on site as well. The only thing that might not get scanned is when they're like tucked gen like this. This is the only thing that won't get scanned pretty much, or hell.
There.
But everything else should get scanned.
I'll find you.
This pretty much gets everything else as well. It's just it's a little bit more easier to get broken because it's a little bit lower to the ground. Let's go to tree really quick. So let's say there's enemies running through tree. Let's say they're like doing like an A split, so they're going through main and cat. I usually like to throw an eye on top of this like little like ledge here. So I'd like to throw mine like this. It lands right up here, and basically anyone who walks into tree will get scanned like right here, and I can spam through this wall, or when they're crossing when this is smoked off, so I can spam through an Odin, or if I want to get a phantom, I can spam through as well. Also, another eye I like to throw for getting free spam kills is just on the same place when they're running out of main like this. Oh, I messed it up, but
I'll find you.
I throw it on the same place, just a little bit more to the right here instead of the left.
There.
And basically this will get anyone running out like here, basically everything when they're running out, so you can get free spam kills to this wall or when this is smoked off. So those are all the eyes I like to do for defense. I'm gonna show you all the eyes now for attack. So we're gonna go start off at B here. So my first eye I usually like to do is you throw it on this little pillar right here, and this is basically to scan anyone lane, so you can spam with an Odin. This usually gets me a free kill if I know someone's been playing lane a lot. So just throw it like this.
I'll find you.
And then anyone who's playing lane, I can spam like this, basically. And that should be a free kill. Another eye I like to throw is I just like to throw it right on the wooden ledge here. Just right here. This is another lane for an eye lane. And it will scan everything lane, and then anyone like logs or picking market as well. Another eye I like to throw for just taking sight is sometimes I just like to either just throw it somewhere randomly. So either I throw on the same place like this or here, or I like to throw it like deeper. So I could just throw it just like to stairs. As long as I just throw it where I know an enemy is, just to get the info. I mess this one up a lot, but you can throw it up here like this.
Where are you?
It's really hard to do, but I usually try to get right on this edge. But yeah, if you can get eye up here, this is really good for taking sight, because anyone who's peeking stairs, or sometimes even peeking spawn will get scanned by it. So another eye I like to throw when I'm taking sight is right here when this is smoked off. So I throw it just like this. This will basically scan anyone peeking spawn, or anyone who's like wide market. This will scan them. And sometimes if they're peeking stairs as well, this will also get them, or if they're on site. Those are all the eyes I like to use for taking site. Now, once I get on site, here are some other eyes. I like to throw an eye once I planted the bomb and like take in sight. I like to throw an eye like right on top of here. So this will scan inside of market, because there's places inside of market that is like open here. And if I have an Odin, you can spam through this wall right here like this, and that will give you a free kill. Another eye I like to use when the enemies are running out is just throwing an eye right up here as well. Anyone who's running out spawn or market, I can spam into this wall like this. That's also good. And I can also throw another eye that I've been throwing up there, but I usually don't like to do that because it takes too long for the eye to reach there. It usually gets broken. That is about it for the B side of the map for attackers. Let's go to mid now. So for mid, I usually start tiles here, because going cat, unless you're doing like a specific strat, it's not really good, because Fade, it's really hard for Fade to like throw her eye for mid. So what I usually like to do is I just like to like line myself up here, and I just throw my eye like this until it reaches over the wall, and this will just basically scan everything in mid. I really don't have like a set lineup for the eye, because I don't think it really matters that much for me when I take mid. As long as the eye gets broken or gets scanned, I'm getting the info either way. So I usually just like to just throw my eye, and when it reaches mid, I just let it drop. Sometimes I do throw my eye like this. But I usually don't do that because I usually mess it up a lot, and it just takes too much time to set up. Let's say I'm going up mid. I have to throw this eye for when I know there's enemies in spawn. This will basically scan anyone in spawn or peeking top mid here. And if there is anyone behind this wall, I can spam with either an Odin or a Phantom or pretty much anything. And sometimes you get me a free kill. I usually don't throw any eyes for taking market because most of the enemies play right here. And this blocks them from getting scanned, so there's no point in really throwing any eyes for market. Unless you throw an eye that drops right into here, like into here. But I usually don't do that because it just takes too much time, and I already used my eye to take mid. We're gonna go to cat now. We have a couple eyes I like to take for cat. So most of the time I usually just dog up here like this. But I also like to throw an eye like this as well. This will land right on the edge right here, and it's going to scan anyone inside of tree, either sitting in this corner like this, or anyone who's like sitting in the open, holding for like a one and done angle like this, or anyone who's also in tree kind of like holding like this, like right next to the wall. So if I know there's someone who's like really deep, and I know they're like playing here, but they're not like holding the angle, sometimes I like to throw an eye just like right over the top like this. And anyone who's holding it will get scanned behind here. I can either spam through a wall with the Odin, or I can run up through the smoke and shoot him through the smoke like this. A couple more eyes I like to take for A main here. So A main, either I usually just dog this because I don't think it's really necessary to throw my eye into like A main here because it doesn't really like do much. So anytime I take a set, I like to ping on the map. So if you ever want to like throw an eye without like really needing a lineup, you can kind of ping on the map and get a general idea of where you want to throw the eye. So like I want to throw my eye right here.
Where are you?
It's gonna land right on top. If you throw ping it right next to where like all the geometry is on the map, it's gonna land like right here. And it's gonna scan pretty much anything close or peeking dice or anyone who's backed up dice. And this will also scan sometimes people in hell and heaven as well. Another eye I like taking for A is when I go up here, I can just throw my eye like this and have it land on top. And this will scan pretty much anyone like peeking heaven and such. More or less for taking sight and more of trying to like spot offers and stuff. So another eye I like to do is to throw an eye right up here on this like building right here like this.
Where are you?
This eye is really good for taking sight because it pretty much scans everything heaven, dice, even gen, unless they're tucked right here. This will scan everything close as well, including all these corners for you. The only thing it won't scan is anything tucked here, or gen, basically. This pretty much scans everything sight and even heaven for you as well. So these are all the eyes I use for Ascent. Let me know in the comments if you have any other cool eyes you'd like to let me know. And yeah, please leave a like and comment, and see you in the next video. Thank you.